Hello, as you can see, AMA, we are back. We are back. So nice to hear from you guys. Today's the last day of Galaxy, so you have any last minute quests you want to claim? Actually, I think some of them already closed. The only one that's open is the Zenith Holders one, because a lot of people are getting. You guys probably noticed a lot of people are getting Hyalite now. So that's just for them to be able to claim the points they want. And if anyone wants to convert any black opals today because they want galaxy points, they could also do that. Again, it's up to you. You could do your black opal for whatever you want, but honestly, it depends on you, right? I say use your black opal on whatever you want, but remember there's strategy to it, right? Like for me personally, I think the best thing to use a black opal on is one, either the shard that you think is gonna be the hardest to get or the hardest to maintain, right? So if you know, it's up to you. I think just leave it at that, leave it at that, I would say. But yeah. So speaking of that, oh, see the question. So we'll talk about that. So as you can see, one of the things that came out, a lot of people started getting highlight as we've hinted at for a while. Um, more will be coming as time goes on. This is the first waves, the initial waves. People are wondering how to get it, what you got to do to get it, and I'm pretty sure I've already said this before, but I'm not gonna lie, we're not right now. We're not gonna tell you guys. Um, but what highlight is, and again, you guys are gonna get a lot of information out of me. I'm not gonna slip up, hopefully this time, but it's it's intended for it's something good. I think people who um I don't know. I think it brings. Yeah, I think it's a really good last shard to have. Um, and it's for certain types of people in the community. At the same time, I would say anybody could get it, you know, but it's something that, it's there's the specific criteria. There's specific criteria you need to fulfill to get it. And we have something that's programmed. So yeah, there's data we look at and things and we decide. When quest result, um psh, probably probably end of the week, like weekend time, most likely. We'll let you guys know. You'll see the announcement. But yeah, happy Good Friday to anybody that celebrates. Oops, someone got timed out. But yes. All right, let's see. My own bug got timed out. What do you do? Let's see. Was that an accident? Mia, what I saw you get timed out.
Maybe the
Oh,
bot.
yeah, I was a bot here. I'll untime you out, bro. I got you. Okay, so yeah, besides that though, I've been cooking up some stuff, Next week we're gonna bring back some fun events. Uh and yeah, we're gonna play some games probably. Maybe next week we might have an old Labyrinth. Yeah, we might
Yeah.
do two of those in the week. So probably two gaming events next week. And one of them, is gonna be old Labyrinth. So you're gonna be doing that. Another disclaimer, because I still get it. Even though Galaxy ends today, okay? Even though Galaxy ends today, that doesn't mean the airdrop portion of Zenith ends today. There's gonna be a lot more time. So you still have time to gain shards, you still have time to participate and play games and all those things. Um, somebody said same question when the quest result is. I already answered that, but it's gonna be probably sometime end of the week, probably. So just stay tuned for that. Um, also for those who are still waiting on rewards to be distributed for the quests. You've already gone the shards, but the USDC rewards, those gonna be coming out. Um, they're gonna be finished soon. So just hang on for those. Thank you for waiting. And yeah. Okay, let me see what else I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I have some things here I was gonna speak about, and by some, I mean like a few. Congratulations and welcome to all the new Zenith holders. A lot of people reached Zenith in the last few days. Um Predominantly because of the highlight rollout that came out. A lot of people are getting highlight around the same time. Because of specific things that I've mentioned for months now that we needed to, needed to be established. So a lot of people receive highlight. If you did not receive highlight yet, do not worry. Some of you, honestly, a lot of you may, or I'll just say may be really, really close. Um, and again, I'm not telling you guys the criteria, so I'm not gonna lie. Um, please don't DM us or ask what the criteria is. Um, Maybe if you want tips, I mean low key, I'll give like tips a bit later on, but it's way too fresh. It's way too fresh. Like, and again, if I even give y'all a hint or a tip, it's gonna be very vague and it's gonna be something that you could figure out on your own, you know. Um, so yeah. No new puzzles yet, because I know there's people that are waiting for puzzles and like hidden puzzles. There hasn't been a new one yet. Will that change? Who knows? Maybe I drop one today. Never know. But nothing new yet. So please don't stare on your screen waiting for everything that's new to come out, please. And I keep disclaiming that because I know last time a lot of people the last one I made a lot of people kind of like worried and antsy. So I just need to make sure that doesn't happen again. Even though I did try to make sure it doesn't happen in the first place. So yeah. Mhm. So, also, what else do we have? Oh, yes. So Amanda posted something for us in Omni channel the other day. We want everybody, this is gonna be automated as well. We're working on it, automating it. There was just something that happened, some issues that happened why it's not automated in the first place, but we're working on it. But until then, I don't know how long it's gonna take because I need to speak to some people and it depends on when they're available because we are working on some other things in the background related to the boss, related to games, related to um stuff like Labyrinth and whatnot. Yeah. Um who has heard actually I'll leave that as a surprise. Mm. Yo, Asby, did you search up that thing we were talking about in the meeting yesterday? That game that you said you didn't know about?
Oh, no, I mean, I didn't look too deep into it, but I kind of get the idea now.
Okay, so we have our own version. Aladdin came up with something on his own. He was like, "Yo, I just thought of this."
Oh, great.
Uh, yeah, no, that's like he just sent me something one day. He's like, "Oh, I've been working on this because I wanted him to help with some games and stuff." And then he made that game, a version of that game, specialized for us. So that's why I brought it up the other day. I think it'd be really fun to play.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
lit.
so what it's gonna be, guys, is either going to be team based or individual based. And now that I think about it, I think a cool way of doing it team based is if we do it based on language channels. That's a possibility. I obviously don't want no segregation or anything, but like I think it'd be fun to, you know, play with your teams. So, but the problem is since there's so many of you guys and we want people to participate properly, we need to generate a lot of prompts so people get to play. Like ideally, if the event could last like an hour, that at least an hour, that would be ideal. Only because there's so many of you guys. Like for example, and you guys know how I'm talking about. Like, okay, so now we have about like say we average around, depending on the day, about 100 to let's say on the higher end, like 150 that come to the AMAs. I don't know if it'd be different for an event, because for the events, we have usually, like, over 150. We have, like, 150 to, like, 300 people participate at times, right? So, on the higher end, I'm trying to prepare for at least 300 people to be safe. A game that would be able to be divided and be fun. So that takes a lot of thinking, and we kinda gotta be, creative with it. So, um, hope that's one of the games I wanna play next week, but I think that's gonna come the week after because we're gonna have to generate a lot of prompts for you guys. But next week, we're still planning to have kinda 2 games you can play with you guys. Um, it'll be fun. Spoken about it for a bit with you guys and without you guys, so expect some of that. Oh yeah, but I don't know if I finished saying this, but oh yeah, so Amanda, oh yeah, so we're gonna automate things like the operator's role. By the way, if you haven't claimed your operator's role, Amanda put it in the Omni channel. So if you are subscribed, you got an exclusive announcement for you to claim and get your operator's role. So go ahead and do that. If you have it, um honestly, if I were you, just do it, because I don't know when the automation is gonna come. I want the automation to come next week, but it's just a lot easier if you guys do it beforehand. So just go ahead and claim that role if you haven't. Thank you to the people who have already claimed it. Appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna read some of the chat before I talk about. I think there was one more thing I was gonna bring up, but I just want to read chat for a second.
Hey,
All
while
right.
you're going through that, I just wanted to mention something. Um, it's not a huge problem, but please, guys, don't ask us for shards in the chat and ping us for shards in the chat. It's just not a good look for somebody who's, joining the server and realizing that, hey, some of these people are just here for shards, like not actually a part of the community. I know you guys are not like that. Okay, I get it. Y'all are joking. It's fun in games, but it comes off as a bad look. So please, please, guys, don't ping us for shards as a joke. Don't ask for shards repeatedly. You'll earn it. You can do it. Just contribute. Thank you.
Mhm. All right. Let's see. Will we have a chance to reach Zenith? Well, as a whole, people do. Again, I have my estimates on how many people are gonna receive Zenith by a certain time frame. Let me see, how many do we have real quick? Let me just check. I wanted because I do have a number estimate. I don't like telling people, because I feel like for obvious reasons, I just don't want to give like an idea. Uh, so right now I'm looking at it, how many we have, and I don't want to tell you if we're close or far away from my estimate. But needless to say, plenty of people have a chance to get to Zenith. That probably gives part of my answer there. And yeah, time. When my highlight, Salu asks. That depends on you. That depends if you fulfill the criteria. And yeah. Also for people that don't know the criteria, I don't want it to be like, oh my gosh, I have no idea where to go. I don't want it to be like that. I want you to have some sort of direction. So it's like, even though it is supposed to be hidden in a secret, there's ways to kind of, there's things for you to do. You know what I mean? Like there's things for you to do, you know? And I think anybody that really wants highlight can figure out more they could do and potentially get highlight. There's different ways to get closer and figure out how to get closer that I'm not gonna directly tell you. That's the only hint or kind of tip I'm gonna get because I really don't want people to be blind when trying to figure it out and like, oh, I can't get highlight because I have no idea, right? So that what I just told you is a very big hint because people like, I'm gonna stop there. That's it. Go back in the recording if you want to find out what I just said. But it's nothing crazy. It's you can figure it out. You can get it. You can get closer. Again, there's people that are close right now that are very close, and I'm not gonna say what they're close to. The one last thing they're close to doing, or one last few things. Um, you know, you know. Yes, as a man said, when you meet all the requirements. Um, let me look at you real quick, Salu. I'm not gonna tell you how close you are, but let's see. Okay. Cool. Yep. My new monthly subscription starts. Time to cook more content. So support through X guys. Facts. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the operators. Thank you so much. I love looking on my X and then just seeing everybody, post all related things. Thank you guys. And you guys get. Oh wait, is that? Mm, I forgot if you talked about that. Don't worry. For you guys, we have something coming up. For people like you, we got some queue coming up. It's in development. I wanted it to be done by the end of the week, but we're getting it made. We're getting something produced in a higher quality. We're getting somebody to help us make something look very good. So hopefully it'll be done by the end of the week. I actually have to check in on that right after this AMA actually. So yeah, shout out to the operators. Uh, When will the activities start at the local level so the local community members get a chance to participate in quests and events? Well, they already do have a chance. I know what you mean though. There are certain problems and concerns with going that route though. You know, I feel bad because I know some people want to host their events and give away shards, but as it's been discussed, we're not going to be doing that unless they're very specific, situations. But for most of the time, like 99.9% of the time, or maybe 100% of the time, we won't be able to give out shards only because it's a lot easier to manipulate. And not saying that we do trust our mods. It's just like, it's just a procedure thing. So no hard feelings. It's just procedure. S-
One of the other issues with that, if you think about the other side of it, so we start doing regional events, but the people in those regional channels are still going to join the regular events. So then they get twice as many opportunities as, people that don't have regional channels.
Mm, yeah, thanks. So we can have events in your local communities. Don't get me wrong, and that's something I still want to do. But if you're thinking about shards, I don't think I could do that. Um, and yeah, so it just have to be for fun, like our community events for fun.
I mean, there could be some other prizes sometimes, but yeah, shards, that's not happening.
Yeah. Um, Argorn, shout out to you, bro. I'm glad I made your day somehow. Let's see. Oh, I see. I see. I see why I made your day. Why we made your day. Don't worry. Good job, bro. All right. We're still reading chat. Can you please check my DM? It'll take 2 minutes of your time. All right, bet. Bet, bet,
I
bet.
told him I would remind you later on if you got busy.
Whoa. That's crazy, bro. Holy. Yo, this guy's been making stuff. Wait, is this the same Connor?
Argorn?
No, Connor.
'Cause Argorn's
Looking up.
been grinding too.
Oh no, Connor sent me something very specific. Connor,
Send it to me.
that's crazy, bro. I'm gonna check this out right after, my boy. Damn. Damn. Okay. Yeah, that's actually so crazy because I
Yeah,
remember like,
hey, damn.
nah, I'll show it to you later. I'll send it to you right now. I haven't looked at it fully, but there's something that he showed us like a few months ago when he first came. He was working on this thing, and then he wanted to show it to us, and then you just kept on developing it and developing it. I remember the Ocean UGC event as well. He also leveled it up, and I think this is like the last level. This looks really cool. So he made a tweet about it. I'm gonna send you the tweet, Amanda,
Okay.
and then we'll look more into it. Yeah, Connor, I'm gonna be looking at that with Amanda after this AMA. So far it looks really cool, bro. Good job. Very good, very good. See, that's the type of stuff like I'm saying, like everyone that's in Zenith, they've earned it, you know. And again, there's some people too that you may not understand how they got it, but like there's people that help a lot, when you don't see it. And those people also deserve to be appreciated.
Yeah, I've had a few people saying, there's people that aren't as active as them that got it and whatnot. And you can't just look at somebody's activity because we have a lot of people. There's even people that are in like top operators right now. They don't chat a lot. So there's people that do things, on Twitter. They, post on Medium. There's people that do other things other than chat all day, you know, that is still valuable to the project. So just because somebody doesn't have 10,000 messages in the server doesn't mean they're not worthy of getting Hyalite or Zenith,
Yeah. And I also feel bad for the people, because honestly, this used to happen to me a little bit before, because a lot of times, like sometimes when I contribute, a lot of times not everyone could see everything I do. So people are like, yo, what's going on, right? So I feel for those people because this could be people in the background doing crazy stuff that you will never even know. You will never even know. But the value is very high. So shout out to all those people that are really dedicated and loyal and really contributing. But yeah, most of the time you'll probably be able to see what certain people do, but certain times there's certain things that they do that you probably won't see or be able to see. So for reasons. Are going to ask me, have I ever thought about how many Zeniths there could be? Yeah, I already kind of talked about this, but I do have like an exact number in my head. I could see us going over, honestly, but I honestly there's two time frames. You guys, when you guys say this stuff, you guys are talking about when the Zenith Airdrop happens. The first Zenith Airdrop happens. That's when you guys are talking about. So Zenith Airdrop number 1. Um, that time frame, I'm assuming we have a very specific number around there. It could be more, it could be less. And also, people got to remember, when you have Zenith, you still have to maintain it. I don't want someone to be like, because okay, I'm not gonna say that, but I don't want people to get Zenith to be like, oh, I'm done. There's still time-based shards that you're gonna have to maintain. But what I will say is, I'm not gonna lie, once you achieve Zenith, it's really easy to maintain. It's like OG. Like OG and Zenith are so easy to maintain. I think Zenith's gonna be a little bit okay, actually I don't know if it's gonna be easier to maintain, but um it's easy. It's just the time-based shards. Like all the permanent shards, you're chilling. But the time-based shards and I'm gonna give you guys I will give you guys I'll give you guys a little hint about Hyalite. I think this makes sense, and this is fair, but Hyalite isn't a permanent shard. Like you can lose Hyalite. So again, there's certain criteria, right? So you could lose Hyalite. You could lose what else could you lose? You could lose Emerald, Hyalite. Actually, I already said this before in a previous AMA. I already said this before, kind of. But Hyalite, Emerald, Zircon. I think that's it. Those shards you could lose. Yeah. Am I missing anything? Zircon, Hyalite, mm, Nephrite. You can't really lose Nephrite. Mm, okay, yeah. Wait, maybe? Wait, 1 second. Uh, yeah, that's the last highlight piece of information you're getting, only because I think that's fair to say. Because I have people thinking that, oh, they're good, they're chilling out, but no, I'm sorry, bro. You could definitely still lose it. Mm, okay. Yeah, but Emerald, Zircon, and Highlight, you can lose. All right. And you can get them back. Get them back. Don't worry. It's probably easier to get them back than to get them in the first place. Um Any update on OSO? When can we expect full index activation and marketing for OSO platform? Good question. I would honestly just wait until the next product updates, and we could talk a bit more about that. Were you at the last product updates when we spoke about some of these things? If you weren't, if you were, same thing we said over there. If you weren't, um, I would say obviously you'd have to say exactly what he said. So, what do you say? So don't say anything that's like inaccurate.
Ooh, Ninja's asking when's Ogo Challenge Season 2 is coming. Um, yeah, maybe soon. I mean, we're kind of getting back into hosting some cool events. We got some cool stuff coming, which Tej already mentioned next week. So maybe soon. Maybe next to next week, or maybe sometime later. We'll keep you all
Yeah,
posted.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Time's getting closer. Will there be more roles besides Zenith or not? Maybe. Uh, I mean, low key, uh, there is one role I know. So, and you guys will find out about it soon. So you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll know what it is when I talk about it. But yeah, there are some roles that are coming, but it's gonna be kind of like for fun. You know, they're gonna be fun ones. Maybe have some utility. The ones I'm thinking about in my head, the ones I just talked about, yes, there's gonna be benefits to them. Definitely gonna be benefits to them, and you guys will find out relatively soon. I would say. I don't think it's gonna take long. Um, yeah.
Continuing from you just said, TJ, guys, there might be new roles coming with, with special perks and all that, but there's not gonna be anything that takes away the place that Zenith has in our server. Like Zenith is and will be the highest role that you can get, the coolest role that you can get on the server with the most amount of perks. It's always gonna be the highest status in our community.
Mhm. Yo, and I'm sorry to say, low key, I know OGs used to get all the OGs will still be will get a bunch of amazing information and benefits, but now that Zenith is expanding, um it's gonna get a lot more exclusive in Zenith, I would say. So apologies to anybody who's gonna be losing some of that because it's going towards Zenith. But that just says aim for Zenith, you have time. Zenith is here to stay. Zenith is forever. And yeah, Zenith will be the highest. Yeah, like that's just a static thing.
And don't forget, you can still lose your OG role as well.
Yeah.
Got to maintain it.
Okay, I think I scrolled it by accident. I will bring some of you guys on stage. Welcome to raise your hand for stage. I see Boban raise his hand, so we'll bring him up in a bit. Still just gonna read some of these that I missed. Okay. I made a video in Hindi. Please watch video my quest. You'll love it. We do love videos. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, cheat code, bro. Like videos go crazy. Videos go crazy in any contest. It is hard, like, but art also goes crazy. Like some of the really good art, like Paul makes really good art. Um, Delmonte makes really good art. There's a lot of you guys that make really good art. So shout out to y'all. Will there be a huge gap between drop for Zenith and the other tiers? I mean, to be honest, it's still okay. I've spoken about that a bit. There's still a chance it's only going to be Zenith and OG. There's still a chance it's only going to be those two. Now the question is that people are wondering is if I am almost at Zenith, say I'm one shard away from Zenith, am I just going to get nothing? And honestly, I wanna do whatever's fair. So, there's a good chance that we still look out for the people who are close to getting it, but haven't fully gotten it. But there's also a chance it's just gonna be Zenith, and what that relies on is how many people are at Zenith at that time of the first airdrop, right? So, again, I have a certain number in my head. If we're at the certain number in my head, then I don't know. It depends where the community is at right now, right? So I kinda gave you those numbers about who's consistent in the community nowadays, right? So, it's gonna be something we're gonna have to wait to see when it's closer, but ultimately, I wanna be fair, and, I want people to be happy, because I'm not gonna lie, if I was 1 shard away from Zenith for a long time, like, say I had all my shards, and I've been grinding for 1 more shard for, like, 2 months, and I'm ineligible just because of that shard, I wouldn't really be happy. Only way I wouldn't excuse that is if you just stop trying, right? So, if you get, 5 shards and you're on your last one and you don't get it by that time, but you haven't been trying at all, then Imma be like, "Okay, the person just stopped trying, so that's on you," right? But for there's people that really try hard a lot, and, I feel for you guys, so I wanna make things right. So, us on the community department, we'll try to make sure we fight for you guys as we usually do. And as we usually do, I'm gonna say that again, because sometimes y'all forget, sometimes y'all act like we don't. But we fought for you guys a lot, so, um ooh, thank you for sending that flies. I'm about to repost that. That's content real quick, hold on. Thank you. Wait, when do you post that? Oh, flies, thank you. Just made my job easier. Got some more old content for today. Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, Bovan, this guy said, "I'm doing 1 game about O.XYZ. Can you give me Zenith and 10K, please?" Holy. That's my answer to that question. Fargo said, "Last AMA, should he mention some news for OI token? Any ideas when the news are coming?" No, I do not. Well, he did say, I think he said in a few weeks. Yeah, I think he said in a few weeks. So stay tuned for that. He may be able to give some more information in the next product updates. But yeah, we'll see. Oh my gosh, tequila. Zenith will be my retirement. I mean, I hope it's enough to be retirement for you. I really don't. I get scared when people have high expectations with these things. So please don't have insanely high. I know you're joking, obviously, but please do not have insanely high expectations. It's like I got a message about the Galaxy pool the other day because it's ending. And you guys know this. I know I've said this so many times to the point that like you guys, it's general knowledge. So you guys know what I've said and how I feel about the Galaxy pool, right? Like before I give my full answer, who knows what I've said about the Galaxy pool of rewards? Reading chat.
Answer,
Can you answer? I want you to answer after the answer, and then I'll answer.
because I've heard you say it like a zillion times.
Exactly. I'm gonna give y'all 40 seconds, 30 seconds to.
Yeah,
He's gonna win.
we should have included this in our quizzes, bro. They would remember that then.
I hope so. I mean, I still get questions, and Zenith ends. I mean, oh, not Zenith, but Galaxy ends today, so I just want to make sure people know.
Nobody's answering.
I see
People
Flo.
are so slow at typing.
Thank you. There you go. Expected from our Zenith member. Very well done. You should not expect thousands of Galaxy. Galaxy pool is the lowest. Yes. The only pool that might be lower than Galaxy is remember we launched the Operation Zenith thing on Telegram? That one might be the same or even lower. Technically, Galaxy is gonna be bigger actually, But the problem is less people do Galaxy is actually definitely gonna be bigger, a lot bigger than the Telegram version. But it's just that there's so many more people that do Galaxy than the Telegram thing, to the point where there's a slight chance that the rewards could be similar. Possibly, possibly, possibly. But yes, now I'm mad you can answer. Flo got it.
Yeah, Flo already got it.
So
Now
yeah.
Flo gets 2 times Zenith.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I don't know if he can afford that. I don't know. We still got people over here that gotta get paid, bro. All right, let's see. Radioactive. I'm gonna watch your video after this. Natalie, what's up? All right. All right. Oh, I thought I went back to the right questions. I'm a bit too far ahead. Can we still get the Zenith roll because the Galaxy Quest is ending today? Will Zenith close? Nope. Zenith is not gonna close ever, unless the server is down. So for you, for example, let's see. I mean, for you, you don't have enough time to get it by the end of the day, unless I'm trying to think of, like, what's the only possible way you could get the rest of the shards today? I mean, you need. Yeah, no, sorry. It's okay though. Because you have time. You have a lot of time actually. A lot of time is subjective. A lot may be different for certain people, but you guys can't say I didn't warn you, because I've been saying for months, you guys have a lot of time, and I will give you guys like a kind of indication that we got to speed things up. So yeah, a good indication is actually I don't want to get you guys too riled up, so I'm not gonna fully say that, but I will give you guys indications, micro indications of what and whatnot. How to get raw highlights. So for people that weren't here in the beginning, that didn't hear this, because I expect to hear this even more, but hopefully you guys will be able to spread it out. Spread it across the lands and tell everybody. But for highlight, there's very specific criteria to get it, and we're not going to be telling you guys exactly what those criteria or what that criteria is. That doesn't mean there's not a way to figure it out, and that doesn't mean you'll have no idea how to do it. There are specific ways, and to figure out or have an idea of what it takes. But I'm not gonna lie, I think it's almost impossible to know every single to know exactly 100% what you got to do, all the steps that you probably will. I mean, it's possible actually. I think it is possible to figure out, but I don't think most people will. But you guys will probably be able to figure out enough. So if you want highlight and you don't have it, again, remember the shards are positioned in how difficult they're kind of supposed to be. So if highlights the last shard, like this is what I'm trying to say. Like there's hints. Like if you think about it, there's certain hints about it. So y'all just gotta just y'all can work together, use your brains, and you guys can have some kind of hints on how to do it. But we're not gonna tell you. The last thing that I think it was fair to say is that it is time based, so it is not permanent. Once you get it, you're also gonna have to maintain it. And the good thing about that is if you lose it, like if you do something and you gain it and you lose it, you're like, oh, what did I do in the last few days that caused me to lose it? You know what I mean? So stuff like that, like there's ways, right? Cool. Yep, as Asmi said, it's not a one-time thing. It's not closing anytime soon. Scrolling down here. You only fail if you quit. Yep, that's facts. When Zenith? I wouldn't say soon. It could be soon. It just depends on what soon is to you. Yo, Dalmatzi, I'm thinking the same thing, bro. I swear. If the Galaxy Airdrop drops and people are going crazy, if y'all been in other like groups when there's like airdrops for like Galaxy, and you've heard the reactions. Like I'm not trying to have that. I really want it to be controlled. I don't want people to complain and get mad. It's like there's bigger things too. It's just like again, I think it should be good that uh Galaxy is the lowest of the bunch, even though it's technically not the lowest because yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people. Cool. Yes, people always complain. Your facts. I want to talk some Morse code. Good. That means I'm doing something right in this context right here. Facts. Airdrops are definitely incomplete with other complaints. I wonder. I mean, I would hope people don't really complain about this one, but you know, it really put it in perspective for me because I'm not. I know a lot of people here do have a history of being like airdrop farmers and stuff. Um, honestly, I've never really. I think I've only ever done one. I think. Actually, no. I've done like a few in the past, but in terms of like the airdrop, I've only ever gotten as far as doing like a few because I really just kind of like participate as like nothing crazy, right? And I never really been like into the airdrop stuff heavily, but for the one I was actually involved with, it was really crazy to me because I thought people got a good amount, and then there's people like complaining, and I'm like, damn, like I think I'm disconnected, like I don't fully understand, you know. I mean, I guess there's ways to like get that data and find out what it is, but sometimes it surprises me. Sometimes people expect a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, and yeah, it's varied. Like some people expect crazy amounts, some people don't expect a lot. So like it really is kind of impossible to please everybody. I want to do what's fair and what makes sense, but it's also depending on what resources we have and what's available. So yeah.
I wanted to answer Poggle here. This is a community updates AMA. We have product updates AMAs every week as well. That's where we share everything about all the products, all the team updates, everything. So we'll have more of that stuff for that AMA. This AMA is more geared towards the community, our events, airdrops, shards, all of that.
But if it is okay, I will, you know, I will appeal to that question. So you said any good news about Ocean? How is it progressing? Me personally, I would say that it's quite good news for Ocean. Again, some of that may be subjective, but I say, you know, things are going, you know, things are moving along. As I've said, we are really prioritizing the product heavier than we have in the past. And only reason I'm saying heavier in the past is because in the past, you know, um, we focused a lot more. We are still focusing on you guys, but since there were so many of you guys, it was like a lot of attention and money, especially money. I'm gonna say the third time, especially money went towards, you know, the community, the different things, right? So nowadays, you know, especially, you know, you gotta prepare for the worst. I think at a very base level as well, the product should be and is the foundation, and we do know that. We have been acting as if the project is the foundation, but right now, a lot more of the focus. Like the reason you guys don't see Shadid as much around is because of the focus on the product. You know, beforehand, Shadid was doing both because he's really busy, but you know, you would see Shadid more, but now it's like he's really tapped in and focusing even heavier on the product. So when it comes to things like Ocean, yes, remember guys, Ocean isn't like in its like final, you know, like in a sense, Ocean is still kind of in a beta, you know, like things are still gonna progress and evolve, and develop. So everything that you guys use, when you guys use it, you guys help us out, um, develop it even further because you know we are old, right? So it's all of us doing it together. So the information that's gonna come from Ocean, yes, Amanda told you it's gonna be in the product updates. If you want to hear about what was said last week, there may be a recording, but I don't think we spoke too much about Ocean. Actually, no, we spoke a decent about Ocean. So if you can find a AMA recap, there'll be information on that. But yes, it is progressing. Progressing pretty well. Some really cool stuff happening with Ocean. and you'll be able to see that stuff as time goes on. Sorry, I can't give specific times and dates. I'm sorry, but yeah, can't do that.
Bugs everywhere.
Oh,
Whoops.
bugs.
Sorry. Talking to my granny.
Oh, all good.
Whoopsie.
Scrolling down. When is the result? Wait, what? When will be the results of the language quest? The announcement was that the Thursday announcement was that the quest ends on that day, not that it's announced on that day. So the winners should be announced. I think okay, honestly, I want it to be end of the week, but sometimes over here you never know what's gonna happen. You can get like a random task and that's important that I may have to, prioritize. So end of this week or by next week, winners will be announced. Right now, yeah, I hope that's okay. Yeah, but we'll get you on, don't worry. In this AMA, we do not have a single piece of info or question about the core of the project. Are here people only who are airdroppers? You might as well call it airdrop AMA. Good question. Well, I'm happy to say, and I wish I answered this earlier. The beautiful thing about, all these market conditions and things going on and all the drama is that the people that are here right now, I think, is an indication of who our core community truly is and who our loyal and dedicated people are. So obviously not 100% of everybody, but even looking at the people here, like I'm looking at all these people in the chat. I'm reading all these names and in my head, these are like our core community. So obviously I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not gonna like let's be real here. I'm not gonna pretend that people aren't here um to be involved for an airdrop, but there's more than the airdrop, right? There's the community, there's the information, there's the people that are invested and want to hear about the project and whatnot. And that's how it is, right? My only problem is people that only care about, you know, their wallets and don't care about anything else. That's my issue. Again, if that's what people are only into, then I get it. That's what you're into, right? But the way our community is designed, we don't want to reward people like that, as much as the people who are contributing and are dedicated, right? And that's just how it is designed. And I have to be realistic. So for you to say this, um, it's an AMA, it's a community department AMA. There's community questions that you ask. And in the past and even right now, people can ask things about the project that we are able to answer. It's just if you want it to be focused and get the purest of information, product updates is for you, which is on the community calendar. So for somebody like you that wants product updates, I would assume that you would attend the product updates or look at a recording instead of, you know, try to tease at the fact that there's not as many questions in an AMA like this. Okay. So if you do have questions, you can go ahead and ask, but we drop a community calendar every single week. So if you're going to complain about something like that, I would hope that you do some reading and check a little bit more deeper into what each of these AMAs are intended for. Okay. So I'll give you another chance. You asked a question about Ocean. I answered it. If you have any more questions about product, you could go ahead and ask in the chat. We have Vic here as well. Arcada might be here as well. I'm here as well. Maybe help you guys with some of the questions. So go ahead if you're interested. All right, next.
We only got 5 minutes left, by the way. So if you got something, you better be quick with it.
All right, Bobo, I'm gonna get you on in a second. I'm almost done scrolling. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Pandit. OI staking is a possibility. It is not finalized yet. And something like that, even if it does happen or is gonna happen, it's gonna be confirmed, and you guys probably aren't gonna know until everything is carefully decided. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. OI staking is something that has been thought about, but you have to be very careful. Yeah, I'm gonna bring you on meanwhile, Boban. Thank you for waiting for so long. You have to be very careful when it comes to something like staking because there's a lot of things to consider. There's a lot of numbers to consider. There's a lot of people to consider. There's a lot of benefits to consider. And as you guys know, O Markets is in development and it's coming. So there is a possibility that O staking also could happen. It's just not final. And we don't know if it's going to end up happening. It just takes a lot of consideration. So, yeah.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Oh,
Yo,
thank you, Vic.
why are you sitting like 10 feet away from your mic today? What happened?
No, I'm just from my phone today because I'm not at home.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, can you hear me now?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, that's how we usually hear you. Yep.
Okay. No, it's just okay. So, my question is about Telegram Zenith. So, yeah, I have a lot of referrals there, a lot of points. So, yeah, will we get something from that? Like it'll be the rewards will be like the galaxy
Uh,
or
it'll right as of right now. On a base level, I'm thinking of USDC or maybe OI as well. Actually, my bad. OI possibility. Yeah, like yes, words. But depending on how many people participate, because it actually went down for a bit because they had to do some things. So it really depends on how many people end up participating. Um, and we might get creative with the rewards, but as it is right now, um, there's probably gonna be some sort of token involved. And yeah, but yeah, that one is also a type of thing where we're gonna wait. I'm gonna go double check. I haven't checked in on that in a little bit, so I'm gonna go double check how many people we got. I've been in contact with Sarah, so they let me know if there's any problems. So you know, but yeah, the prizes for that could be creative. I kind of don't want to say what some of those creative things could be. Sorry, I'm really sorry about that, guys. Um, if I could, I'd love to tell you guys everything. But yeah, no, I want to kind of have some fun prizes and rewards for that. But if you have a lot of referrals, that's really good. That's gonna put you ahead of everybody. Where are you on the leaderboard? Do you know?
I'm the sense. I know actually. My friend and my con, he is
Mm.
on the first place there.
Oh, really? Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So yeah, I know him, and we actually will have like the biggest Ukrainian meetup, the biggest Ukrainian conference. So we'll meet up there and also before that.
Mm.
Hey, TJ, we got another question from Fogel in the chat. If you want to read it.
Yeah. No, I like that question. I'm gonna read it first. Vic wanted me to let you guys know something. Thank you so much. This is very important. So, in terms of operators, we detected several people trying to exploit by buying reposts, likes, and if that does not stop, there will be consequences, and it's being monitored. So it's a small warning, but for people who are exploiting and buying reposts and likes, we could tell, right? So, and we have your accounts and stuff like that. So we need it to stop. This is gonna be something I'll bring up again, whether it be chat or the next AMA, but not everyone's gonna be here to listen to this. So if you know somebody, you guys can help. If you know somebody, if you are doing it yourself, um, it's okay if you make a mistake, uh, but just stop doing it if you are doing it. If you know somebody who's doing it, let them know that there will be consequences and it's being monitored nonstop. So this is a warning. Um, I don't want to scare you guys too much, but yo, if you're doing it, just stop right now. Spread the word as well. But yeah, that's pretty much just it. Thank you, Vic.
Bro, wonder. I'm 22nd already, and my con is like the second place is 7,000, and he has 17,000.
They have a lot. Oh my gosh, yo, the Telegram people
Oh
are popping
yeah.
off. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I gotta check this for myself after this. Guys, well, good job. You're top 10. That's good job.
No, I'm 20 seconds already. I was
Oh,
thumbing
oh
chat.
my gosh, that's what you mean. That's what you mean. Oh gosh, I can get
Yeah.
back up there. You can get back up there.
No, it will be so hard to go there.
I like the competition though. Something I might do though, because I do have a little leaderboard. Like I could control more on the Telegram one than Galaxy. Actually, never mind. Maybe it's similar. But since there's a leaderboard, uh, remember this leaderboard. So you probably want to be on the leaderboard if you can. Don't stress it too much though. Remember, it's not gonna be like I don't want anybody to stress too much. I just want you to have fun and try and make an effort. And the people who are doing a good job, you will be rewarded. All right, so I know we're kind of running low on time, so I did see some good questions. I just want to take them really quickly. We need OSOL staking. Yeah, if you have OI staking, there could also be OI OSOL staking. Just wait for the possible staking announcements. You'll either find out if staking is not going to happen, or if it's coming, or if it's still being considered. Salu. So if you only have access to Ocean feedback, let me see your roles. Interesting. Give me a second. It might be something to do with your roles. Um, can you look into that, Asmi? You just, I think it, yeah. Salu can't see the feedback channel.
Yeah, let me look into that.
Fogel, okay, are you guys planning to start taking part in events so more people know about the project? If yes, when events? Because so far we are cooking among ourselves, no inflow of new people. We need more new eyes on the project. This is the reason for this question. Good question. So I did talk about this briefly on the last AMA. This is a good question, so I'm gonna keep kind of talking a little bit. All right. So one, there's kind of two worlds that you guys are kind of like involved in, right? Everyone on Discord for the most part is like our Web3, right? For the people, a lot of people who are into the project, on the Web2 side though, um, you guys might have like a different perception of what that is and what that means. So the reason I say that is because, okay, so in terms of events and people knowing about the project, yes, very big movements being made for this stuff to be happening. But some of those things, some aren't as heavy into Web3 as they have been in the past. So there's gonna be like two sides to it. We're still gonna be in Web3 100%. Like we got OI, we have OSOL, all these things, like 100%. But um in terms of that Web2 side of things, that's where some of those differences are gonna be made. So events events are I mean, events that are happening that we will be attending at, or maybe even events that we may be hosting in the future, possibly. Whenever that is finalized, it's just like the idea of, happening. So you never know. Like, for example, um, we had our summit, which was good for networking, kind of giving out information, like talking to people and stuff like that. And it's possible that we could have another event in the future. Hopefully, it's possible. You never know. But more so, I would say that other events that are already happening, like big networking events and communication events, you can see us attending there. So I would say, stuff like that. I don't really know if there's any right now that we're supposed to go to, but that could change in an instant. And maybe like Shadid and Marina show up, some of our engineers show up. But needless to say, um, when events, I can't say. I really can't tell you because certain events are still in planning. And if I was able to tell you guys certain events when they come out, of course, whenever that happens and whenever that's decided and established, um, I would only be able to tell you guys when it is, in a sense, kind of general knowledge or teased. Like if Shadi comes on and tells you guys, then that's when I can tell you guys. But or if that's when it's officially announced, that's when we can. So I'm trying to make sure I answer your question, carefully and accurately. Um, no, when you say things like no inflow of new people, it's like and new eyes on the project. Yes, that is a good point. But I mean, I don't want anyone to be upset about this, but it's like certain aspects of that are under control. So people are like, oh, what do you mean? Like the community is like da 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 da, right? But I don't know. Sometimes you'd be surprised. Like right now, again, it's like a purging, like quality type of thing going on right now. So, and I'm not gonna lie. Let me put it this way. I'll go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about it. As a project, right? It is detrimental to have your entire community be people who are only talking about your tokens, only talking about financial gain. Obviously, there's people that talk about the project, right? But when you have 50 plus thousand people and most of them are just want to hear about, the airdrop or just, oh, my OI tokens aren't going up. Oh, my OI tokens are going down. Oh, what's happening? Oh, win news, win pump. When are we going to pump? That is not good for the project. It's just not. For people that come in, the same reason why Telegram got taken down temporarily, of course, hopefully, it's not a good look. Like if you're someone that wants to partner, or if you are an investor, or you want to come in and you don't want to only hear about the tokens or the financial. You want to hear about the fundamentals. You want to hear about the infrastructure. You want to hear about what's being built. And you can. And I'm not saying that wasn't happening, because it was still happening. I'm just saying like a vast majority of that was, other end of it. And it's like for me, like you guys are talking to me right now. I'm the most kind of like I'm very lenient and accepting, and like, like I'm the least of the okay. There's other people involved in the project and other people that are higher up that have more problems with that than me. And I completely understand why. So for me saying that, I'm just saying like there's other people. It's not just me, as me and Amanda. Like there's people that have even bigger issues with that. And it's not a good look. When you kind of like go on the X, when you go on social media, and everyone in your comment sections are talking about the same thing, um, we don't want that, you know? And that's why when you say something like, "Oh, no inflow of new people," um, I would say the quality of people that are retained is a lot higher. And that's what we want. So there will be a time where people will just start, coming back and be like, "Oh, da, 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 project." We can't stop people talking about the token, but we can't stop people talking about the token in the non-holder channel roles. So again, you guys can only talk about the tokens in the OI or OSOL channel roles. Otherwise, you want to talk about developments, product updates, infrastructure, things we're building, up releases, stuff like that. Um, New eyes on the project, though, you are completely right, and which is being worked on at a very high level. A lot of things are getting developed, and we've been having a lot of meetings and a lot of focus on kind of getting that to be big. And there's some really, really cool ideas and things that are going to be taking place to accomplish that. Things that I cannot say though, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately. It's probably for the best that we don't really reveal them. But I rest assured, um, the strategy and it is being done. And we just need more time. And good thing about the market being so shifty slash bearish, or whatever you believe in, but we could agree that the market right now is shifty. That really gives us time comfortably to kind of just build and develop things. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. A question like that, I want to make sure I answer very carefully. I see you got timed out. I don't know why. I mean, I don't wanna.
Yeah, I think they sent a link in the chat. So the bot
Okay.
automatically timed them out for like a couple minutes.
Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. I untimed you out, so you can just let me know if I answer your question carefully. We're gonna end very soon, going overtime. Next picks. I have a question about Galaxy. I've completed all the quests, but there are 5 guys has 100 more points than us. Well, the reason there's 5 guys that have 100 more points than you guys is because this is actually a request from you guys. So there was a time that we had a quest that, and also you guys gotta remember, like there's things that there's little tech. I used to do Galaxy 2. there's little tech you could do to get extra points sometimes. But one reason I know people have extra points is because there was an AMA, and I also had someone asking me, and I hope you're here because this kind of answers it. There was an AMA that was supposed to be, I think you listened to for 45 minutes or something like that, and a lot of people kind of complained that it was too long. And in order for me to give you guys those extra points, I had to like edit the quest, and I couldn't edit the quest like manually for some reason. So I mean I could edit it, but for some reason I couldn't like change it. Like I had to kind of reset it. And as I reset it, those same people were able to claim the points twice. So that's pretty much what happened. And I really couldn't do anything about it. Either I don't give you guys the points for that, or I did. So it's pretty much, when you think about it, it's pretty much the same, because it's pretty much just imagine that initial quest for the AMA was the original. And it balances out in a sense when you think about it. It balances out. Cool. Yeah, so why Galaxy Task N? Galaxy has been extended a lot of times, my boy. A lot of times. So it's finally about time. Maybe we can continue some things. We will continue. We're gonna have different things, but moving into this next phase. Okay, sorry, I just want to briefly read this. We're about to end, but I don't want to miss any good questions. I see you have a lot of good questions though, so we may have to pick this up later. Like you can leave them in the chat and I can answer them for you. But we are moving overtime. Yep. I read that already. Okay, I'm just gonna edit. I saw a question about reducing the follower count. Possible but unlikely. I don't know. You're gonna have to convince Vic about that. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you guys. I will see you guys soon. Hit me up in the chat if you need any help or anything. Connor, I'm gonna check out your thing in a bit. I just gotta do some stuff. But yeah, we'll talk. Shout out to y'all. Take care.